Here's some bacon you won't find on your breakfast table. It's the piglet squid. The cute little piglet squid is about the size of an avocado and is found in deep oceans all over the world. Piglet squids have large funnels, small paddle-like fins, and a cluster of tiny tentacles just above their eyes. So like catfish that don't meow, dogfish that don't bark, and sea cows that don't move, with a piglet squid, you'll get everything but the oink.
Welcome back
to Aqua Kids.
Ready to go, everybody? We're heading out.
Let's do it.
Oysters ahoy! Aloha oi!
We're heading out now to the oyster reef that's already existing, and we're going to add the shells that we've collected to this existing reef. So James, you think it's going to be hard work?
Yeah, but I'm just glad that they have an extra pair of muscles on the team, personally.
Meaning you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, so you could probably do it by yourself then, huh? Yeah. You actually don't need help from the girls, so we can stay dry and clean and you can get filthy and...
Yeah, you guys could help though. I mean, I wouldn't mind it per se.
Right, okay. We'll see. So we just arrived at the oyster reef, and Mark, you have some other creatures that you're excited here other than the oysters, right?
Yes, we do. We have a few species of shoreline birds and shoreline nesting birds. One of which is the oyster catcher, which we did document on this island with a nest and an egg in the nest.
Would make sense that the oyster catcher is living near the oyster reef.
Right, they do live on the oyster reefs. If you'll notice, some of the other spoil islands have trees. These birds don't like the islands with the trees. They nest and they make their living on the shoreline. The other species of birds is the tern. It's called the least tern, and it is a protected species which we just love to see out here. As I say, the more birds we have in the lagoon, it's a very good overall barometer of the health of the lagoon itself. In other words, the lagoon looks good today.
Yay!
Yes.
Good, outstanding. Well,
so let's go on in, and we'll try not to scare them off. This is their home, so they probably won't go too far.
So Jim, where are we and what's the plan?
Hey Molly, right now we're in the middle of the Indian River Lagoon. The island is over here about 100 yards, and we're going to deploy on the northwest corner of it. That's where all the birds are right now. But that's the one area where we have a little open space to deploy the rest of these bags.
Vincent, would you please put your people ashore? We're going to walk in our loads, and then you can go back and get the other people, and we'll get set up. When you get back, we'll be set up and ready to go.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
We got a plan. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and walk them on in.
Just push it a little bit further. We're going to be putting the shell bags down there, so we don't want to go too much further in.
Okay guys, so we're here to lend a helping hand, so whoever needs help, if you hear anybody yelling that they need it, run and be there.
Let's go ahead and start a line. We're going to be bringing it in right here, so we're going to need plenty of warm bodies. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's oyster bag. Let's do it.
So Molly, is this an already established reef?
That's right. This reef is already established here, and it's in a great location because it's in what's called an intertidal zone, which means sometimes during the day these will be exposed like they are now, and then other times they'll actually be submerged. So oysters are actually pretty sophisticated little creatures if they can survive these kinds of conditions.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and bring them on down. Bring out the oyster bags.
Right now, the Aqua Kids are in the assembly line to help build this reef.
Come on, it's oyster style.
It's small and tough. There's a big hole right here. Big hole in the middle.
Okay.
I like the technique. Very,
So Jim, the stacking looks good, but I noticed that these rows aren't continuous. What's the purpose of leaving little holes?
Well, the important part about the holes is that at high tide you have water up high, and low tide the water rushes out. If we were to make a continuous line of rows, water would be trapped in here, trapping the fish, trapping the invertebrates, things like that. This allows water to get out, allows the fish to get out with it.
That's smart. I like that. Cool.
How many locations have you done oyster reefs?
So we've actually placed oyster reefs in 11 different locations. First to test where we get spat fall.
Wait. What is spat?
Okay, spat, those are larval oysters. The larval oysters float through the water and they settle. If they settle on something hard, they'll grow into an adult oyster. If they settle on something soft, like the sand or mud, then they'll die. Anyway, we've tested where we have larval oysters or spat in 11 different locations, and sure enough, we had oysters in every location. After that, we put down smaller modules to test which module would work best, and as you can see, the bags won out.
Molly, all we need to do is bring these bags up to about right here.
Okay, so we're still working on this one.
Excuse my muscles here.
All by yourself, right?
Yeah, we're along with about 40 people.
How am I doing on straightness? So as you can see, we've now got 2 rows formed. So we're gonna keep going until we don't have any more oysters left, right?
Coming up next, we get a close-up look of the marine life living on the oyster reef.
Here's another water sense tip. Everyone enjoys their lawns, but there are always places that don't get much use. Ask the adults in your family to consider replacing the grass in those areas with low water use plants or attractive ground covers. You will use less water and may even add a splash of color to an otherwise overlooked area. Your local lawn and garden center will have plenty of great tips and advice on the best plants for where you live.
Hopefully James will be ready when Aqua Kids returns.
I will.